Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy, host Beef. Hopefully, everybody is doing great. Today is Wednesday, November 18th. Another beautiful day in the neighborhood, in the city, in the suburbs, wherever you may be. No host or my big brother, Javi, is not here either. Just me, alone, in a lonely place. How could you be? Just me. Today, hopefully, you guys know what day it is. Today, it is National. What is it? The national holiday is National Education Support Professionals Day. So, National Education Support Professionals Day today, which means it's. Look, I looked it up. I thought it was teachers, right? Because that's what it sounds like. Any sort of professional. Teacher, but no, it's the people that are the backup teachers. I don't even know if that's one. So they're like the peasants of the school. So the peasants of the school, it is their day to day. Celebrate them. Some of them might not even be working, so shout them out. So bus drivers, we've talked about bus drivers. You guys know how much I love bus drivers. Bus drivers are up there. The Joanne Cummings, she's there. You know, remember, you guys remember Joanne Cummings? School suspension ladies, they're in there too, celebrating them. Janitors, lunch ladies and lunch lady boys, or lunch technicians. If you guys have been keeping up with the episodes by now, you guys know what a lunch lady and a lunch technician, hopefully the differences of them are. The other thing, what else is behind the school detectives? They got school detectives, which, oh, come on. You know what I mean? A school detective? Really? You guys remember that? We had a school detective. It's like, oh, he broke into my locker and he got my, he got into my Blink 182 bazooka, a souvenir, cracked it open. He found all my paraphernalia, all my weed. So, that's the school detectives. And why, come on, school detectives, dude, get a better hobby. You're just ruining kids. Look, if you had a school detective, when was the last time a school detective did something cool for you? Because I'll tell you something right now. I mean, you guys went to my school, Hunter High School, maybe you guys will know, but our school detective, had this little guy. He was like this short, okay? And he was like little super skinny. Remember, had a little pointy nose. And this guy, turns out he's a school detective. Dude, this guy goes up to like Layton or something like that to pick up a minor. Okay, so the whole time he thought he was watching out for crimes. He's checking us out. That little pervert, So he went to jail, dude. So maybe school detectives, screw you guys. You guys don't run the school. What would you guys say is another? Maybe maybe I said it already. Maybe I didn't. But the substitute teachers, huh? You guys remember the substitute teachers? It's the best time when you had a substitute teacher. You could skip class. And you guys always had one you hated. Or there was one that you loved, you know what I mean? But I always took band. So in band class, we had this lady. And her name was Miss France. And Miss France, she would sub in for Miss Davis. And you guys been to a band room, right? It's like the person's right here, me, the band teacher. Then all around, there is just a rows of chairs, there's because there's all these people are playing, so you got all the chairs around you. They're the hard chairs too. Well, the school chairs, you guys remember the school chairs? What are they even made out of, those school chairs? They're like metal bars, and it's almost like some hard ceramic or something like that, I feel like. But anyways, we had that lady and we had such a blast, Miss France. because what we do is, I played drums. Me, Brandon, not Brandon Waters. He played like the trumpet or something. We had Brandon Coombs, Jordan something, dude. Big Jordan. We had Jake Leusa. He was like this guy. He was Polynesian, but he's like, in junior high, it's like all the Polynesian kids are already like 7'30", super tall. So he was already there. So, he was there at the in our band class. So what we'd do, we'd all switch instruments. So it's like, the kids that play drums, now we're playing there with the, what's that? Ooh, don't get dirty. That the clarinet, somebody's got the tuba, the trumpet, and we swap instruments. And then, Miss Francis, oh, we're going to play the Ode to Joy. 1, 2, ready, go. And then we start playing something different, And then she's like, oh, that was beautiful, amazing. But, you had all the kids that played trombones and the wind instruments. They're playing drums. They didn't even know what they're doing, dude. They didn't even have any rhythm. They're just banging on all the drums, just making, the craziest noises. And then we're on the, just blowing on the thing, dude. It sounds horrible. But she was such a good sport, Miss France. She's such a good sport. And she would always, wonderful, excelente, bravo. She would always be so happy every time we'd complete a song, But actually in that class, we had that tall Polynesian kid, Jake Leusa, freaking tree trunk, And, I told him, it's like, hey, Jake, let's go ahead and, you guys don't get bored, So it's like, what, let's build a Tower of Babylon, And some of you guys that aren't religious are like, well, dude, Jose, what's a Tower of Babylon, dude? But, it's like I had to make a Bible reference on this kid, because if you guys know one thing, dude, this kid, Jake, guaranteed, he was seminary, guaranteed Golden Corral. Come on, Polynesians, you got to switch it up a little bit. Seminary, Golden Corral. I can always see you there. It doesn't even matter what gang or whatever you rep or anything, okay? I'm going to catch you at a Golden Corral. I'm going to catch you at seminary. So I drop let's make a Tower of Babylon. Jake's like, oh, man, mahalo, or whatever they say, let's do it, dude. So we start making the Tower of Babylon. So, I got a couple kids, and what we're going to do, we're going to all jump. Like, we're going to make a giant piggyback on Jake. So, all right. Because he was like, oh, I play football, And so he's going to carry as much kids as he can. So, we get a couple kids there, boom, hopping on. We got Scott Beck, he's a little skinny guy. Pam tossing in there. Who are we tossing? Throw another kid up there. And then I'm the last kid. I'm the last kid that's going to go, that's going to be at the peak. You know what I mean? Somebody had to take the chance, dude. That was the tallest, that was the highest peak summit a Mexican had reached at that point. Circa 2006. Okay? So, host beef, I get on top of one of those metal chairs, or the school chairs, and I make it. Ooh, I'm on top of Jake, Rough Rider, baby. So I'm on top of Jake, dude, and all of a sudden, dude, we forgot one thing, he was already 7'30", but we didn't count on his, dude, he was still all cartilage, you know what I mean? So we thought he had those freaking heavy bones, that dense pants, and nothing, dude. He had cartilage, so all of a sudden his knees start to buckle, so he buckles, and then bam, you see the Tower of Babylon, dude, and then I'm on top, host B. Bam, I fall, and then I fall on a chair. I crack my head open in band class. And, you guys know what happens when you crack your head open in school or you get injured or something like that, right? Oh, I'm going to go to the office. I can get to go to the office. All the chicks are going to be like, oh, what happened to your head, Jose, So, I'm bleeding. Bam. And Miss France, She sees me. I'm like, hey, Miss France, I gotta go to the office, Miss, you know? I tell Miss France, and Miss France like, no, 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 definitely no. You're not going to the office, Jose. I'm like, what do you mean? I'm going, I need to go to the office. I'm freaking bleeding out of my head. You know what I mean? She's like, no, you're not. You can't go to the office. It's for emergencies only. It's like, Miss France, So I was like, dude, she's like, get inside. So she takes me into this room. We had like a room that had like a sink. It was like a separate room, and it had a sink. You go in there, and it had those recycled, the paper tiles. Gets a couple, puts me there on the sink, baptizes me in the name of God. And then, bam, Jose, I hope you're good, blah, blah, blah. And then she puts a thing on me, cleans up my blood, makes me look all tidy. But now, I couldn't go to the office, and I'm just sitting there the rest of the band holding my freaking head, waiting for the bleeding to stop. And I don't know if she put some sort of not ibuprofen, what's that little cream? That petroleum jelly or something, so I don't bleed out. But yeah, I couldn't go to the office, man. And you guys remember how cool it's like when you get hurt or something like that. Oh, what happened to Jose? He got in the fight with Doctor, what's his name? Mr. Campbell. Do you guys remember Mr. Campbell? Dude, this guy, he was like 184 years old. But Jose got his ass kicked because Mr. Campbell, he knows angles. He knew math, dude. He freaking did Pythagorean theorem, dude. He, cut my circumference in half by applying force to my upper triangular vortex over here, knocked me over. He beat me, so Jose, go get some ice. So now you get to, you get the ice, but it's almost like, remember you guys, hey, if you're a dude, remember back in the day when we're in junior high, you get that ice. You come back, you got your blue eye. Oh man, you just got beat up, but you got your eye, you got your ice. Oh yeah, oh no, dude, no. I beat up the detective. He's a pervert. Little did you freaking lost to Mr. Campbell's old ass the whole time, but oh no, I'm fine. It's just my eye. Oh yeah, I got in the fight with Tony Mohawk. But then that ice, it's like it melts. Remember that? When it melts, you're like, oh man. You open that bad boy up and you get your drink. You get like your reward for being hurt. It's like you get a cold beverage. So that was always cool. When you get your cold beverage from the ice. But yeah, that was one of my favorite substitute teachers, Miss France. I love you. I'm sorry for being a jerk. And then also, I'm talking about substitute teachers. We had this guy, his name was Mr. Johnson, and dude, you guys know Mr. Johnson. Hopefully he's doing good. But Mr. Johnson, if you went to school with me, and probably, anywhere in the Granite School District, Mr. Johnson, he had this, like, Lewis and Clark, he had the mustache, like, well, Mr. Monopoly. And he also, he wore his vest. He kind of looked like a sexy, like Brigham Young, you know what I mean? Like a sexy Brigham Young with like mixed with like Lewis and Clark. It was like if Lewis and Clark got sexy. Like he was hot, man. For being an old man, It's like he was just like, what's up with this guy? Did he look like he like you thawed him out of out of the Ice Age, and he was like, in his attire. But he was super cool, and he'd always talk trash with you. He was like that substitute teacher. He would talk trash. He would call you out. One time I was actually, spinning a pot or something, but I was already done with my class. I was just chilling, making art, making a pot, and it was, another class was in session. And, they're over by the tables, and he's doing roll or whatever, talking. And I'm in the back where they got the whatever, the spinneroonies. I can't even think, where you spin the pots, whatever. And so I'm out there spinning a pot, and I always sucked. I don't even know what I was trying to do, but I had my headphones. It was the Apple, remember the Apple headphones? They had the cord, but they had that little thing where you can kind of twist together so they don't fold open or whatever, you know, that you kind of sip it up. But I would stick my head through the hole and then just put one of my headphones off so I wouldn't drop them or lose them. And unfortunately that day I was wearing a beautiful, I looked like a swan, you know, I had that swan sweater, super white, just looked wonderful. I had a dress shirt under, and you know, I get close, I kneel to the pot, and my cord gets wrapped up. So I get wrapped up and I get smushed, you know, face first, Superman. And Mr. Johnson, you know, he turns around and he's like, look at that dumbass, you know? So he calls me a dumbass, and the whole class turns. And geez, I don't know if it was when I was a senior, but I was, you know, one of the older kids in the school. But everybody turns, and then I'm just like clay all over me, you know? And he calls me a dumbass. And now all the kids are laughing at me and my beautiful white sweater. Couldn't even wear it anymore. But that's what happened with Mr. Johnson. So, gosh, shout out to all the you know, school people. Maybe they're not even working. Some of them, that probably sucks. The you know, substitute teachers, geez, you know, custodians, like, nope, you know, maybe there's all these people that aren't working right now, so shout out to them. Bus drivers, you know, I love bus drivers, and lunch technicians and stuff like that. So I mean, hopefully you're doing good. You know, I think funny enough, it's like probably all the people that you know how they say, oh, well, you know, now they're figuring out how your kids behave at school. Now you have to be the teacher and stuff too. So hopefully, you know, school people get a little bit more, I guess all the staff get a little bit more recognition to what they do. So National Education Support Professionals Day. Shout out to you guys. Thank you for your services. I hope everybody's been good. Obviously, you know, I didn't have an episode, or we didn't have an episode last week. Been a little bit of a wild, you know, last 2 weeks. We got a new Presidente Electo. You know, last week I was having some issues with internet, so I think it was like late night Sunday. It took me till like Wednesday to get my internet set up, you know, which I had, I don't know, there's like some trees over here and the poles and stuff. They had a, you know, so I said my internet had no connected but no service or something like that. So I work from home now, and you know, I got to be ready, because you know, or else I got to go to the office. And last week was when it snowed. So, you know, I make an appointment on Sunday because my internet's down, and the soonest they could get me is Tuesday. So, you know, I try to disconnect everything, because, you know, dude, Comcast, come on. Oh, did you try restarting the router? Can you unplug it while we're on the phone? Can you check the connection? I did all of that. So, I'll try it again, you know? So, Sunday, I'm like, all right, geez, I'm going to unplug the whole thing, all the way from the cable thing. Just leave it all unplugged and see if I can set it up and get it to work on Monday, so I don't have to drive to work. And, you know, that's the plan. I try to, you know, get it taken care of. And Monday it's, you know, 10, 11-ish, whatever. I can't get it to work, so, you know, it looks like I'm gonna have to go to work, you know. And I had missed the whole week basically of work at the start of the month, just because I needed a break. So, you know, now when I'm not planning to take that time off, when I'm planning to take that time off, now I'm just like falling behind even more on work. And then Tuesday, you know, they weren't going to get here till about 10. So Tuesday, the same thing, you know, I can't log into work. I couldn't go to work because with the COVID mandate that they passed here in Utah, now over at the office, I am not allowed to be there. So I couldn't even go in to work even if I wanted to. So now I have to wait for the guy to fix it. Turns out it's the pole, so they have to send somebody else. So I don't know if it's like around like 2 o'clock is when I, end up working, or 12. I don't know. I end up working like 5 hours, but now I'm kind of playing catch up, and I'm just kind of overwhelmed that day, So I told Hos and Javi, Hos, he told me about the mandate. And, he's like, well, I don't know if we, should obviously film. He's not my immediate family. Javi is, but I was just not in the mood. So I was like, I figured out later. Wasn't even on my mind. But, the next day, funny enough, was, Wednesday? I started getting sick, So I started getting like, what was it, man? I just started to get kind of like my throat started kind of hurting a little bit, and then my my sinuses, you know what I mean? They're kind of like clogged up, and I'm like, damn. So now I'm getting sick. I said, well, maybe it's the since it snowed, I finally started cranking up the heat, so it's like maybe it's the dry air, from the furnace or whatever that I've been putting the heater on. So maybe it's just that. I'll give it a couple of days. So Wednesday, Thursday go by, but now I'm starting to my throat hurts more. I'm just super congested. Had made quite a bit of food, and all of a sudden, bam, dude, I can't taste. So now I can't really smell because of my sinuses, and obviously it's like a COVID symptom, but that's not didn't have a cough, no fever, nothing like that, but I'm like, geez. And it's kind of funny how things work out, because obviously a couple days last week I started feeling worse. It's a couple nights where I woke up and I was like sweaty, so that was kind of sketchy. So I scheduled my COVID test for yesterday, which was Tuesday. So scheduled it on like Sunday, I think, and then the soonest they had was like on Tuesday. So I was like, well, I already luckily didn't get we didn't have the podcast, or else if I do end up having it, I'm around my brother, and then I'm around Hos. And then it's just like, it kind of just worked out with the internet not working, even though it was like a rough week, that they weren't around me when I was still feeling normal, even though I was probably sick then. And, it was a little bit weird getting sick. I'm still sick, actually. And I'm just, what's been kind of weird, even though I've been, luckily caught, knock on wood, haven't had any like crazy symptoms or anything. Obviously, it's like not smelling or tasting. It's like, it's like on the COVID thing. And before, if I have a sinus thing, it's like I'm good. It's like I know eventually I'll taste, but there's so much unknown. I was just like pretty stressed out, and I was just getting anxious, waiting to take a test. And it's not like I've been going around, crazy places and stuff like that. It's just like my group of friends. We play soccer. And then the one thing, we try to be pretty clean. I play goalie. They disinfect the areas and stuff like that. And it's always, the same people. Big majority of the people that I see is just my, my brothers that I hang out with. But the only different thing this last week was my cousins, so it's like I'm normally just with my brothers, and then this time it was like I hung out with my cousins. They came over on Sunday, and just made me think of being lucky to work from home, because they don't work from home, so they don't really have a, what is it, any other route or any other chance or anything like that, to any other say to not be around people. Like, I mean, I have the chance, or the I can make the decision for myself whether I'm being around people or whatever, but they can't. So I kind of just was, even though it was, that kind of made me think of other people. One thing that we wanted to talk about this month more in the podcast was being thankful and stuff. Obviously, with the month, Thanksgiving's coming up, and our big focus was going to be on being thankful. And this last week's and this week has been, I've been really thankful so far, even though I've been worried about if I have COVID, or if my symptoms will get worse, or how I'm feeling right now, if I'll be getting worse. But I one of my friends this whole time that I was kind of in my feelings, and I had been like a little bit of a jerk at work with some of my coworkers, and but one of my friends from work, she actually she found out last week while I'm being upset and feeling sick, and I hadn't told anybody really. I didn't want to bug him, but she had found some what is it, like malign or something like that, some little tumor in her heart or something like that, and as much of uncertainty that there is with like COVID, and that I felt scared or whatever, it's like, here's her at the same time as me, that she's been sick. And I don't know how long ago she found out, but it had been a while since she had not been feeling the best. And that's even more unknown, and it's just like scary stuff, because it's obviously your heart, you know what I mean? So that just made it feel, I don't know, it's almost like I didn't have any room to complain. But we were kind of having a conversation along those lines, as far as like being thankful. And obviously there's so much going on right now, where I kind of let her know. And it could be whatever god you believe in, Buddha or freaking Muhammad, or I don't know, Lord Voldemort. But whatever god you believe in, it's sometimes we see, I let her know I saw this like quote or something, like, or read it somewhere, where it was like, sometimes we always in our mind we get stuck with like this like why me notion, or why is this happening to me, God, or I'm a good person, or why do bad things happen to good people. And I read somewhere, I know, it says something along the lines like, don't see it as a like a punishment or a curse. See it as you're being chosen to be an example for those around you. You know what I mean? And that's kind of what I let her know. And what's kind of helped me is to don't see whatever tribulations or trials or whatever you're going through, don't think of them as a punishment. You know what I mean? But just remember that at all times, all of us were somebody's example, whether it's good or bad. Our situations, we're just put in these situations to be examples for other people. Sure enough, my friend, she's been dealing with something that's like, pretty heavy to be dealing with, and she was an example for me, like, to just be thankful that, I'm not having, yes, I might, be sick or whatever, but I'm not having crazy symptoms or, things like that. And, I just let her know, her courage and stuff like that with the thing that she's dealing with. Her family, they'll look up to her. They, that gives people hope to kind of keep pushing along and trucking along with everything that's going on. So all of us, no matter what, just remember, if you're going through a bad time right now, is that just make sure, be strong, because there's a lot of people watching you, that you might not know that, means the world to them, for you to be strong. And I mean, even with me, honestly, I see some of my friends, some of you guys that I haven't talked to from school and stuff like that. You guys know I'm not like a social media. I mean, I'll post music stuff, but I don't really add people on social media much. Or, I have a Facebook that, I have a lot of people on, but I don't really get on it, but on Instagram and Snapchat and stuff like that, there are some of my friends that post like motivation things, you know what I mean? And some of them I haven't even reached out. Some of them I have, and be like, hey, I like your posts. Or like, why didn't you post anything today? I like your little posts, because that's like a good example that some of these friends that I haven't even talked to forever, kind of put out this like good energy, that I get to see in a little post. But, Javi, in one of the wholesome advices, he did mention to just say hi to like people at work, you know what I mean? Or acknowledge them, or, ask them how they're doing, or, oh, you look nice today, or whatever, and, with what happened with my friend, this week, today, well, yesterday, actually, what's it, so yesterday, Tuesday, I felt, I just felt kind of weird, it's like, dude, there's like a lot of people at work that, I'm not necessarily cool with outside of work, but some of them I haven't even checked on. And I know if I was like at work, and host mentioned this, now that we're electronic, we're working from home, some of us, I mean, we wouldn't even send each other like an instant message, so I reached out to some of my friends, and dude, there was like a couple people that weren't doing so good, one of my friends was, I guess he was having some like family issues and stuff like that, and I guess he was having like a lot of health problems, and yeah, he let me know, it's like, dang, dude, it's like, I'm sorry to hear that, it's like, I miss seeing your smile, I miss being around your energy, it's like, I let him know, it's like, just thinking about you today. And I let him know, with everything that's been going on, that's so crazy, he's like, oh, dude, I'm so done, and I'm so tired of, everything that's going on. But, I let him know, it's like, even with how crazy everything is right now, dude, I mean, the year's almost over, so we've, it's almost 2021, so, we have to at least be happy that, we've made it that far, you know what I mean? Because it's been a crazy year, and a lot of stuff, that a lot of unknown things, a lot of unexplored, parts of our mental, or whatever, that we hadn't been before. It's like, we've made it that far, so everything else might be crappy, or it's been crazy. But I let him know, it's like, it's like a time in history where, we're gonna be like, dang, dude, remember how long this year felt, and that we made it, and just to be thankful of like so many little things, even if we're cooped up at home, like literally all, having a blanket, being able to work from home, like that meant so much more to me. Having food in my fridge, for me, being financially stable and stuff like that, to where I don't have to go shopping right now, and I already had my stuff, so I don't have to go out and contaminate other people, and I can be quarantined or whatever here at home. Some people don't have the chance to do that, some people have, I don't know if you have roommates and stuff like that, and you've gotten sick, if that's been hard to do, or being alone and stuff like that. I mean, I'm lucky enough to have fucking pets, you know what I mean, too. And think about that, if you have pets, it's like, this year we probably get to spend like just this whole year, if you work from home, that's like maybe like 4 times that, the amount of time we might have spent with our pets for their whole life. So even that's kind of like a little blessing in disguise. But I was just seeing a couple of people at work that I reached out to that were also having a super shitty last 2 weeks. That made me it just made me realize, like, all of us are stressed out, or all of us are going through something. One of my friends, she's another lady friend, and she just told me, I just told her, like, hey, you're good, you can't control it. She was stressing about her kids. It's like, you can't really control it. It's, why are you worrying about it? It's like nothing that we can do. And she just needed to hear that. You know what I mean? She just like needed to hear that validation from another person. And she was like, oh yeah, well, thank you so much for listening to me. You're so right. I was like, what did I even do? I just said, we can't control it. I just stated the obvious. And so many of us, it's like, it's almost like we're scared to be like, I'm not doing good, or we have to wait for somebody else to be like, hey, I'm not doing as good, for you to be like, okay, man, this person's a person. And we're like programmed to where we're not like allowed to like check in on each other as much, I feel like, almost, or where you think everything's going to be like a hassle, or that it's not, like, I don't know, you're going to think of yourself less because you're going through a rough time. You know what I mean? And me, dude, I was feeling super shitty, and I didn't even want to record today, honestly. I wasn't even feeling it, but, after I talked to these people, I'm like, dude, it's like all of us have been feeling crappy, and it was just a simple, like, hey, how you doing? Or me cracking a joke to talk to them, and then to get some of these conversations going of I'm not doing so good, and I just needed to hear that you're not doing good either, and know that you have been okay, and that you're also trucking along, for me to just get a reset and get a reboost again. So a lot of people, I think a lot of your friends need that right now. So and you don't really have to be super good friends with them. Just let them know, hey, hopefully you're doing good. Been thinking about you, blah, blah, blah. And then, just let them know. Because even for me, as far as like work-wise, or relationship-wise, or whatever, right now there's a lot of like expectations that we have that are like not fair at all, from whether it's like a significant other, or somebody you just started dating, or your wife, or your kids. There's too many unrealistic expectations of being led to normal, or taking directive into what's good, or solving our problems for me, or being a leader. You know what I mean? Because even the people that we look up to lead, all of this is new to them too, so we just all kind of have to settle down and be more patient with each other, because even at work, some of my leadership, I was like, dude, are you guys idiots? But it's like, they're not, dude. They're just as stressed out as I am. They're also people, and they're also lost. They don't know what to do or what's going to happen. So we just can't keep pretending that we know everything that's going to happen, or get caught up in all of that, because then that just stresses the shit out of you, wondering what's going to happen, or what the future is, or any of that. So I just want to make sure, I guess today, to let you guys know, to just remind you to be mindful of that, and just kind of swallow our prides a little bit, I guess, if that's the word, with checking to see if someone's okay, or I know for me, sometimes I can be a little bit of a hothead, if someone's bugging me, I'll just be like, dude, leave me alone, shut up. As nice as I am, you know what I mean? I can still be like short or blunt to like leave me alone. But it was just like a good refresher to know that it's not just me, so it's all of us. Something's different for us, all of us, whether, maybe we're making more money, whatever, but there's something in the personal level that's been affecting your psyche and stuff like that, been, just affecting your mood. So just wanted to talk about that today. Jeez, I feel like it's been kind of a nice episode. Last week 2 weeks ago, we had Healthy Mind Buffet, so I guess a little bit more serious discussions that we've had lately, but just take a chance on being, I say it a lot, being like vulnerable and stuff like that. And again, just be open to your friends. Hopefully you guys are getting ready to be like cooped up, because, I think we have to just get there mentally. And I know for me, I'll be waiting on whether I have COVID or not, but I think I'm ready. I've talked to my brothers, and like, what, we're just gonna lock it up and then just be make like a little bubble of our own, and just be around each other, and we can count on each other, and you can do that with your friends too. And if you don't have that, just hit me up. You know what I mean? Some of you guys, I tell you guys, get on YouTube and stuff and comment or anything, how you guys have been feeling or anything like that. But some of you guys just text me or hit me up on social media. I'm gonna shout out my boy Lee Anderson, dude. I haven't talked to him for how many years, man? Probably like a good 8-9 years. And some of you guys I haven't talked to forever, and it's just been nice talking to some of you guys again. And Lee, I appreciate, he's been listening to the episode, so it's been nice to talk to some of my friends that have always been good people. You know what I mean? He's a great person, so shout out to him. And shout out to all of you guys that have been listening. I really appreciate it. And then, if you're bored or whatever, just hit me up. I like Snapchat, really. I like to post music on that, or El Quasimodo 666. That's my thing. And then if you add me on Instagram, you guys saw all these post music. But if you guys ever need a talk or vent or go on a rant, I'm all game. I'm not the best sometimes at replying, so if I reply right there, and then I'll focus on you for like the whole 3 hours or whatever long it takes. But I'm a little Carmen Sandiego-ish, you know what I mean? But yeah, try to make a good circle to be with. If they're gonna lock things up, and just to be ready to to maybe be there for your friends, and then be there for your coworkers. So I'll leave it at that. Just make sure you're there for your coworkers and your relatives. And I probably challenge you tomorrow to just say hi to a couple people if you work from home, or you send them a couple messages. Hey, I hope you're doing good. I miss seeing you around. Hopefully everything's been great. And if they say, nothing's so good, just ask them why. Okay. And even if you're not the best at giving these rants about feelings, maybe like I am, or I don't know, just be like, hey, me neither, but we got this. You know what I mean? Let's go. Let's fucking destroy, baby. So let's do that. Help each other out. Thank you guys again for listening. Dude, some of you guys have been doing the YouTube, but I've noticed a lot of you guys still do the audio streaming. Shout out to the people in Mexico, dude, that are listening. And also, dude, what's up? If you're listening to this and you're like some of those people that have been listening in Germany, dude, what the heck? Get on the YouTube, man, and we can post a comment or something in German, or let us know. It's Beanzzz podcast. Javi, I told him to put some stuff on Instagram, dude, so we'll see what he posts. But shout out to host and Javi. Love you guys, man. It's kind of a weird episode not having you guys here, especially now that we got the video going. Hopefully I don't mess anything up and you guys can see me and hear me good. But by probably the beginning of December's probably, hopefully we got some guests. I want to get my boy ABD the barber, the butcher here. But anyways, man, I won't keep you guys up, longer or listening to this much longer. Love you guys. Hope you guys enjoy the rest of your week. Take care. Let me know, hit me up if any of you guys need any want to talk to or whatever. I love you guys. I will catch you later, and peace.